Hello, hello, hello. Oh, hi. Oh my goodness. Welcome to December. Hello, beautiful souls. I see you. All right, let's get this party started because you guys, December is so special, right? This is the month where we have like, especially today, because it's the first on a Monday, you have like that first Monday vibe of like, go, 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 go. But there's also this like end of the year reset plus setting up for the next year to come. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to see you. If you are new here, hi, I'm Sarah Walton. I'm an intuitive business coach and an abundance expert, meaning I love reframing your brain, like retraining your brain for abundance and looking for what's possible instead of what's scarce, which is what the rest of the world trains us to do. Yeah. So as we get started, welcome. The first thing I want to do is pull a card for today. I see you guys here. Hi. As you're here, please say hi. I want to say hello. Welcome, all of you. And say hi to you personally. Okay. I'm pulling a card for December for us. Let's see what we got. If I can get it. All right. Good. Here we go. I swear to God, I don't rig these. Trustworthy guidance. Let's see. Can you guys see that? There you go. Trustworthy guidance. I love this. Look, he's at the drawing board. Literally at the drawing board. Hey, good morning, Anita. So happy to see you. Good morning. Good morning. You guys, I've done some European podcasts this morning already, so I feel like I'm on European time. All of you in Europe, hello, I love you. So happy to see you here. All right. So for December, I think this is really important. I swear to God, I don't rig these. So you've received a wonderful idea as an answer to your prayers, and this idea is real and trustworthy. You can safely move forward with it, knowing that that you are joined by us at every step of the way. Ask for and be open to receiving our support for anything that you need related to this idea. You guys, this is so perfect for today because I have a challenge for you at the end of our session today that I want you to do like right away. And you having a brilliant idea is part of that challenge. I love it when that happens. All right. So, welcome to December. You guys, I want you to be a little bit cozy with me this morning. We do have year-end vibes going on. We've got winter vibes. December is all about light in the dark, right? Almost every religion and or even secular celebration is about lights in the dark. And I think that's really how we want to approach our businesses and how we approach our money this month. Um, so I want you to understand that you may be feeling a little bit of a pull to reflect. Make sure you say hi as you come in, right? That you may feel a pull to reflect. You might even be feeling a pull to slow down right when you want to speed up. This is all normal for December. So I don't want you to get confused. Okay. But the other thing I want you to understand is that in December, we have incredibly fertile ground to deal with. Okay. So as you are looking to plant seeds in December, what I want you to understand is what you're doing right now is actually planting the seeds for who you're going to be in March, who you're going to be in April, May, June, July, who you're going to be by December 2026, next year, right? The following December, who are you going to be? You're planting those seeds now. And this is the most fertile time to plant them. Now, in business, I know there's a lot of people going, oh my God, but there's so much going on out there in the market. This is such a hard time to sell. Couple things. Remember, this is such a month of abundance. It's almost magical, right? Magical very often, but this is almost magical. What's happening in December is actually wallets are already open. And I don't mean that in a crass way, right? But the openness to investing, the openness to spending is already here. And if you're not selling in December, people are just going to buy from someone who is. You just want to understand that. You want to know that that's where you're headed. If you're not willing to sell, you're headed into a really dry January because this is the moment people are ready to purchase. And if you're not out there offering something, they're just going to buy it from someone else. And I want to be really clear with you about that. This is really, really important for December for you to remember, as much as we're celebrating, as much as this is the lights in the dark month, as much as there's so many fun things coming on and you might even feel overwhelmed, this is the moment to sell. Keep that in mind for today's challenge. Okay. All right. So, one of the things I want to talk to you about this morning, make sure you say hi as you pop in. One of the things that I want to talk to you about is an ROI, a return on investment, an ROI that you can't necessarily see in a spreadsheet. Now, what is so important about this for December is understanding that this is also the time for you. I'm doing this. I have like really pushed all of my clients to do this. Everybody in the Abundance Academy is doing this. You guys, this is the time for us to challenge who we are. Remember I said this is the month for planting seeds, right? So I want you to understand that what you're investing in December for you is incredibly important, and it may not be the type of investment that you immediately see an ROI on. Here's what I'm talking about. I want you to look at where you need to pay attention, and then I want you to consider paying for that. What? All right. Let's get some real world examples here. Let's say you've been wanting to write a book for 325 years. You know who you are, right? Like you've been wanting to write a book. You've been wanting to write a book and you haven't, right? You just think maybe, oh God, I have to include this part, or maybe by the end of this year, this will have happened, or I want to talk about this experience, or I want to include that. And pretty soon you're not writing the book because there's so much to write about, right? So what I'd love for you to do is hire a coach who helps you write a book, right? Pay for the places you need to pay attention. It's time to do that. Is this making sense? Yeah. If you do not know where your money is, if you are having a hard time understanding how to track your money, how to manage your money, when to spend it, when to save it, when to invest it, it is time to either invest in a coach who loves to help you with money like me, or hire a financial advisor, which I am not, right, to help you understand more about your money, because what you pay for, you pay attention to. And it is time. This is the fertile ground. This is the month to do that. This is the time for you to look and say, okay, I'm going to invest this. I don't know what the ROI is today, but here's what I know. I'm investing in me. I'm investing in my optimal growth, in my long term growth, not just immediate profit. Right? There's so many times people call me and say, okay, Sarah, so if I invest with you, when will I make that money back? And I always laugh. I'm like, for years, you'll be making it back for years, hand over fist. But when that happens is going to be up to you. But what you pay for, you pay attention to. So as soon as you invest in a coach, as soon as you invest in your business, as you invest in your own personal development, things start to change. And let's look at this. You guys know this is true, right? I want you to just think of the times you've invested in a really beautiful haircut, or a wonderful sweater, or an incredible vacation. When do those things take effect? What is the ROI on that? If you go get like a really gorgeous haircut, and the way you feel when you walk out there, maybe you go home and record a video, maybe you hit another sales call, maybe you just love the compliments you get, maybe you find out you're nicer to your family and you feel more connected to the people you love. How do you judge that as an ROI on a spreadsheet? You kind of can't. This is the type of investment I'm talking about for you in December. It's almost impossible to quantify what happens when you invest in you. Right? So for everybody out there selling right now, this is the perfect time. Go sell stuff, because people like you are looking to invest. People like me, we're looking to invest. We're looking to make these deposits for a beautiful new year. This is the moment. Yeah? Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. When I'm saying these are ROIs that are hard to get, like spreadsheet examples, I spent this dollar and I made $1.40. It's not going to quite be like that. But you'll invest that dollar and feel like 10,000 bucks. That's hard to quantify, because then your behavior changes and then your revenue changes. It's impossible for that not to happen. Making sense? Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's some other examples I want you to think about in December. Okay. So here's what we've got. If the real ROI, if the real return on investment is becoming someone who no longer asks for permission, what would that look like? If the real ROI is becoming someone who no longer asks permission, what does that look like for you? Just think about that for a second, right? If the real investment is you, what's possible? It's so cool. Start thinking about that. If I was someone who didn't ask for permission, what would I do differently today? How do you even quantify that? Because you know there's actions you need to take. Again, sticking to today's challenge. Yeah. Okay. Here's some other examples. Saying no to a client or a customer that feels misaligned and then ending up making more money. You know who you are. You know what I'm talking about. We've all done it. where you say yes to the wrong client, like you let someone in when you've got that kind of like, "Ugh, I don't know if this is the right thing, but I need the money." Right? Or I don't know if this is the right thing, but I really want to say I signed up one more client, but that's not the right. Don't do that. It just never works. And the second you let that client go, here's a promise from me to you. This is not magical thinking. Watch it happen. When you say no to the wrong client, I want you to see within 48 hours, you'll get the right one. Happens every time. I don't know how. I'm not even going to pretend like I know how that happens, but I think it's something like this. You know, when you have that girlfriend who keeps saying she wants a committed relationship, she wants to be in a relationship, she wants to be in a relationship, but she's like hanging out with that guy who's not really available. You're like, dude, until you let go of that guy, you're not going to meet another guy. You know what I'm saying? Right? Because two things cannot occupy the same space. So when you say yes to the client that isn't actually aligned with you, what you're doing is saying no to the client who is. Yikes. Right? Because two things can't occupy the same space. And you might be thinking, yeah, but Sarah, I can just sign up another client. I've got that. But you will be having so much attention and anxiety, right? And focus on the one who's actually not the right fit. Because when it's not the right fit, it always takes more time, attention, and focus, right? Than just having that space be open. Maybe you have three new clients come in who are perfect. But don't let that space be occupied by something that isn't correct. Very difficult to calculate that ROI, but it's one of the biggest ones you can have. Also, not to mention your own peace of mind and relaxation and a nervous system that's happy. All good things, right? All right. Finally, resting. You know who you are, right? So, finally, resting and then having that idea come through. You know, you've had that happen. I love calling these the shower moments. You guys know, like you're in the shower and you're like, "Oh my god, I have the answer," right? It's because you're relaxed in the shower. I hope you're relaxed in the shower, right? Like you're in the moment, you're like washing your hair, you're doing things that are sort of rote and your mind is open and you're relaxed. Not to mention water usually helps us relax and get great ideas as well. So I want you to think of the moments you need to rest and relax and recharge or reset and what might happen if you actually allow yourself to do that. Now, what I'm not saying is take 16 hours and sit on the couch and like binge watch Netflix. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is intentionally rest. Do you need a 20-minute nap? Do you want to read a novel that's silly and fun for 20 minutes, for a half an hour? Do you need to sit and meditate for 20 minutes? Do you need to go for a walk? These are the things we're talking about where you're open and available for these ideas to come through. But the investment you're making is so big. The investment just looks like I'm going to just pause for a few minutes, not 3 days, not, you don't have to have like a 10-day vacation, but you may need to take a few minutes to pause and allow these new ideas to come in. And when you do that, the most amazing things happen, right? And I don't, again, can't calculate that ROI. If the investment is time where you get to breathe and be, the ROI is exponential. Because you may very well have that one idea that you've been trying to answer for months, but because you've been pushing, you haven't been able to get it. Okay, here's another way that we can invest in the business in simple ways that actually don't cost money but cost your time and attention. This is, I want you to think about possibly reworking an offer that you've put out. Right? Maybe it's working just fine, but I want you to consider reworking it so you love it again. You know what I'm talking about? I'm actually doing this right now too. There's like these moments where we have these offers that we poured our time, energy, and insights and hearts into, and then they kind of get stale. Like the one I'm working on, I'm 3 years into it and it's working beautifully, and I need to be reignited. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you need to get reattached to these things and reconnected to not only why you produce it, but what people are going to get from it and why that matters to you. There's so much in life that we do on autopilot. Isn't there? There is so much. We end up in the fridge. We end up in front of the pantry. Oh, only me? Yeah, no. You do it too. You have like that phone call with your mom and you're like in the pantry. You're like, when did I get here? All these things we do on autopilot, sometimes inside of our businesses, those are the offers that we've put out. And it might be time to revamp them. Again, remember, December is the fertile ground. This is the time to be planting seeds and changing and rearranging things so they work more beautifully for you in the new year. This is the time to do it. Remember, this is the month of light in the darkness. This is the time when the ideas are going to come forward. This is the time when, if you listen and you hold still and you actually say to yourself, what would be really fun? What could I do inside this offer to make it delicious again? What could I do inside this offer that's going to have me sell it to 3 people this week because I love it so much? Are you asking these kinds of questions? Because the ROI on these types of questions is ginormous. Is that a word? I think they put that into the Urban Dictionary. I don't care. I'm going with it. It's ginormous when you actually sit down and ask these questions. So these are the types of questions I want you to sort of lean into all of December. What would be fun? How could I make myself fall in love with this again? And what would make this so delicious I could sell it to 3 people this week and you couldn't stop me if you tried? You know those offers, right? You know the ones like you cannot stop talking about because they're so gorgeous. You can't wait for people to try them. You know what I'm talking about. Now, the next thing I want you to think about, you guys, make sure you say hi as you come in. I know you're here. I love seeing you. Say hi. The other thing I want you to be thinking about as you're thinking about what would be fun, what can I do, is the if you would like this, you would love that type of selling inside of December. So we know, look, it's Cyber Monday today. The moment of this recording, you probably have 89 million. It's a rough number. Cyber Monday deals in your inbox, right? And that's for you to go through or not. That's up to you. But we know that these offers are here. We know this is happening. So what's going on inside of a Cyber Monday deal? Let's kind of dissect this a little bit so you can decide how and when you want to use this in your business in December. There's a lot of if you loved this, you'll like this. Or if you enjoyed that, you're going to really want to try this. These are the kind of inclusive marketing strategies and ideas that work really well in December. And I'm not telling you that as a tip. I'm telling you that because, again, this whole conversation is about things you can do that have a really steep return on investment. And the investment we're talking about is mostly time and energy from you. In looking at which offers of yours actually belong together. So let's use something that's not a service, right? Just so that you can imagine this, right? Let's say you sell cupcakes, right? It's December. You decide to offer a beautiful gingerbread coffee. Oh my gosh. I think I need to get one of those right as soon as we're done with this, you guys. Oh, that sounds so good. Anyway, so you decide to create this beautiful gingerbread coffee and you say, if you love this coffee, you might want to try these incredible peppermint muffins that we're doing. I don't know why I said peppermint, but you know what I'm saying. These peppermint muffins that go beautifully with gingerbread, because right now we're having a buy 3, get 1 free. Now you've got coffee and 4 cupcakes that have been sold. Because if they like that drink, they're going to love that cupcake or that muffin. Is this making sense? I hope this is making sense. I think I just swapped cupcakes and muffins. Sorry. I do stuff like that. But you get the point, right? So for you, you may have an offer that has kind of gone stale. So, maybe you have a buy 2, get 1 free, and you've decided to change that to buy 3, get 1 free. Plus, you're going to give them an extra piece of chocolate. I don't know. You know what that's like in your own business, right? So for us right now in the Abundance Academy, one of the things we've added on that people are just loving is when you sign up for the Abundance Academy, you get a month inside of StarPath for free. The heck is StarPath? StarPath is an AI platform that takes into account your specific astrology. And I love it so much. Everybody who signs up for the Abundance Academy gets that first month free. What? Yeah, that's my free piece of chocolate. Do you see do you know how excited I am about that? Do you know how much people are using it? StarPath is amazing. You have to check it out. It's so good, right? Just incredible. So if you can think of what gets you excited again about your offers, start putting that in there. And if someone would love the Abundance Academy, chances are they like the idea of astrology influencing when they sell, how they sell, why they sell, and what's going on with them. Why is their own mood like this? What's happening here? So we give that to them. So then they're even more excited to jump into the world of abundance and understand their own inner workings inside of it. What? You see how this is going? You see? Okay. So I want you to be thinking about the if you love this, you're going to love that ideas inside your own business. Yeah? Okay, cool. All right. So I want you to understand that as you're doing this inside of December, there's going to be a version of you that starts to come forward. And this is where the real magic is in taking the steps I'm outlining for you in December. There's a new version of you that's allowed to come through when you start looking at your business like this. When you start understanding there are moments in your life that you need to plant seeds. Yeah. There are times when the ground is so fertile, you would be crazy not to plant seeds. This is that time. And let the version of you that believes in yourself, The version of you that asks, what if this goes really well? The version of you that says, what if this is the most successful thing I ever do? Let her come out and play because this is the month for her to show up. This is the version of you that can start running the entire year coming in just one more month. Okay. I hope that's helpful. Let me know. All right. Okay, hold on. Sorry. I have so many notes for you guys. Okay. So this this month, right? What I'm urging you guys to do is you're looking at where can I invest, whether it's time, money, energy, of focus, right? I'm really focusing on the energy and attention for this month. But I want you to look at where you can invest and I want you to understand that what will actually change your business is who you become because you've taken the action. Strategies are freaking fantastic and they are a dime a dozen, right? You can freaking chat GPT 49 different strategies right now. And who cares? Honestly, I'm saying that legitimately. As a business coach, I'm telling you, who cares? Because that's the easy part. Coming up with a strategy of like, let me sell this. Like we were just talking about, let me just add a piece of chocolate. Okay, that part's easy. But who you have to become in order to see that opportunity and in order to offer that opportunity, that's the real ROI because you are becoming a more seasoned business owner. You are becoming more abundant in that moment. You are becoming someone who generates out of thin air. That's the magic. That's the actual ROI. And I want you to understand while strategies are wonderful, like Cyber Monday, great. But really, who cares at the end of the day if what you're offering doesn't light you up? If what you're offering isn't congruent with what the customer actually wants? Who cares? And who you have to become to ask those questions and answer them well and then learn from the responses, that's the gold. And that you can't even buy, right? That comes from experience, it comes from trying, it comes from investing. Cool. So I really want you to understand that's what's happening for you in December. It's not necessarily just about doing more, though I do want you to try new things. It's not just about doing more, it's about seeing who you really are and creating something new because you know who you really are. Yeah. Okay. I hope that's sinking in, you guys. Let me know if that's landing. Yeah? All right. Okay, cool. Hey, Alex, what's up? You're a moving target today. I love coffee with Coach too, and you're so welcome. Okay. Oh, here's one of the quotes. You guys, I take notes for you before this because I love it so much. So here's what I want you to know is I really believe those of you who are entrepreneurs, those of you looking to make life better, those of you looking at December and thinking, what do I really want come the end of this month? Right. I really want you to get that you're not here just to perform. Ooh, I felt that land for somebody. You're not here just to perform. You're not here just to do more and like check shit off a box. Sorry, I swear sometimes. Okay. That's not what you're here to do. You're here to become who you are really meant to be. Let me say that again. You are here to become who you are meant to be. And those of you that have started businesses, you know what this is going to take from you, right? There might be skills you have to learn. Yeah. But you have to become the woman who asks what skills are missing. You have to become the woman who asks, if my customer loves this, what else would they love? You have to become the person who asks, what is my X factor here? What am I bringing to this conversation, this offer, this idea, this market? What am I bringing? And why does it matter to me? That's who you are. That's who you are becoming. And that matters so much. So much more than your to-do list. Yeah. And when you're really becoming who you're meant to be, the to-do list changes and it becomes much more clear. It becomes much more about the important things, not the tasky tasks. Okay. All right. So I want you to have a business that reflects who you really are. I don't want you to have a business that reflects how many things you can check off a list. Then you're just like everybody else, and that's not going to help you become wealthy. Okay. So because this month is a portal, this is a portal into your next year. This is the month that defines what will happen for you in the coming 12 months. I know like that can feel like a lot of pressure. Relax into it. Don't stress out into it. Don't lean forward like, oh my God, I have to. Nope. You're going to lean into it. Just going to kind of take a deep breath and be like, okay, if I were to plant the most fertile seeds this month, where would I focus my attention? And let the answers come to you. That's how you create an amazing next year. Okay. So I want you to also consider where you need to invest now. Where do you need to invest now? What parts of your personal development do you need to invest in now? What parts of your business do you need to invest in now? What parts of your home and your health do you need to invest in now? And what parts of your mindset? This is where my secret sauce is, right? Is in your mindset. What parts of your mindset do you need to invest in now so that next year is incredible? This is the moment for you to be asking these questions. Um, and I want you to actually really make a decision to take action. Okay. So here's your challenge for today. I want you, oh, that idea you just had, right? Did you feel that? Right. I want you to think about that book you want to write, that podcast you wanted to start, that project you started and then scrapped. I want the one that just popped into your head right now, that one that just popped into your head right now. I want you to take action on it this week. That's your challenge. Remember, I promise you guys everything inside of this card that I pulled. Let me pull this again for you guys. You guys see this? Trustworthy guidance. That idea you've had is the idea that you were supposed to get. That's the idea you're supposed to be leaning into right now. Yeah. And I pulled that card. I swear I didn't rig it. Right. But that's what I want you to be doing. So this whole week, the idea you just had a second ago, that thing that you just thought of a second ago, that's the thing I want you to spend your time and energy on this week. Do it, do it, do it. Okay. The other thing I want to let you guys know about is we are actively accepting. There should be a link underneath this video already, but we are actively accepting applications for the Abundance Academy right now. Now, the reason we are pushing this so hard now is we are about to have our Abundance Academy. I love this day. I call it a whole day, but it's our conference, basically. It's the Abundance Academy conference, and it's where we really spend some time together looking at what we want to generate for this next year. And we will be doing that the first week of January. So now is the time for you to sign up. This is the most beautiful day I can gift you. It is so rich in content, but it's also rich in planning. It is a time for you to really lean into what feels right to you. All the things that we have been talking about today, all of the investments that you can make that have like an incalculable ROI, where you start to become someone you did not recognize, right? You are going to be like, it is 6 months from now. And you're like, I don't even know who I am anymore. This is incredible. That's the investment. And the Abundance Academy applications are currently open so that you can join us for that retreat. It is exquisite. It is a time where we spend 4 hours together and we really dive into all of the places that have held you back, all of the ways that I can meet you where you are now, so I can coach you into becoming the wealthy woman you actually are, where I can coach you into understanding what parts of scarcity are running the show for you because you know they're there and they're holding you back from living the life that you know you're here to live. You know, you feel it right when I say that, you feel it. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know that there's a version of you that is so incredibly, exquisitely abundant. It kind of blows your mind, where there is a version of you that is free, a version of you that does not seek permission, and you don't know how to get from where you are today to her. Now is the time to apply for the Abundance Academy and start to connect the dots between those two versions of you, because you deserve it and because the world needs it. And because this is the time, this is the fertile month where you are going to decide who you're going to be for all of next year. And inside the Abundance Academy, we're going to help you get there. Yeah. I hope this was super, super helpful today. Make sure you check out that link below to apply to be in the Abundance Academy with me. We're not messing around this year. This is going to be of such beautiful growth, of such fertile investment, of incredible returns on that investment, because 2026 is going to be the year that women really start to turn things around. Can you feel it? You can feel it too, right? But we're going to be doing it in such a gentle way and in such, I want to say easeful. I know that's not a word really, but it kind of that easing into who you are actually here to be and becoming unrecognizable to yourself within the next 6 months. So check out that link below. I want you to come and join us. If we feel like it's a right fit, you're going to be here with us. It's going to be so exciting. I cannot wait to see what you guys do. I will see you in the new year. We have a couple of other things going on in the new year. We will always, I do a New Year's Day class. So keep an eye out for that. There will be a link to that underneath this video. So you can join me on New Year's Day and set your new year up right. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. Enjoy this month of light in the darkness. And I will see you in the new year.